Hey guys, Jasmine here, and today I'm back with Bailey once again. He's not here, which is
I'm there in
annoying.
spirit.
Yeah, but it's not the same as being in person, especially for this outfit I've got going. uh,
So here we are towards the end of
yeah,
the
this is gonna be
season.
our last episode on Higurashi because we're not gonna cover what were they? We're not gonna cover Rei and Kira
Why
because
not?
Rare is semi canon, but it's like 5 episodes and it has no impact on the main plot. And then
Uh,
Kira is mostly a season to make fun of other shows. Actually, no, not really many shows. It mostly makes fun of Sailor Moon, and then the second half is dealing with actual time travel rather than multiversal time travel, if you know what I mean.
yeah,
Because we've been dealing with like multiverse stuff throughout the 2 seasons that we've covered.
yeah.
As of when this episode goes up, the day before is Kuri Wakaza's birthday. She's from Higurashi. I always forget that momentarily for some reason. And also, for last week, I did TRScientist did a guess the subreddit episode, and he told me to reveal the answer here, and that was r/Australia. It was he describes it as a very fun subreddit to explore. Anyways, we've got 3 episodes to get through, so let's start off with our first one. There's not many notes here that you got.
Yeah, I was trying to keep it short. I know how you like it short.
Do you have more notes on yourself?
Yeah,
Okay, awesome. Anyway, so
I just keep this part short and then I'll reference my notes.
yeah. Anyway, so our episode starts with Ire seeing Tomitake, who
So
is
he's up, he's in the building, in the clinic. He sees two guys from the van pull out Amatake and he's tied up and they're bringing him back into the hospital.
yeah, and like Ire calls Rika's house as like to warn her. I think it is right, or was it
Yeah.
just because Tomitake was there? Wasn't he? Oh no, he
Um,
Tomitake was in a hotel.
yeah.
Did he get? He didn't get caught up
Remember
at the
they
hotel
busted
though.
in and they found he was in a different. He was the phone he was using. They tricked Mio and the others, and they got the
Yeah,
wrong hotel.
it's the classic. You think they're in one location, but they're not. Like in Mission Impossible
Yeah.
or or James Bond. Anyway, so yeah, Tomitake is being captured, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, one of Mio's men is listening in on the call that Ire just made, and informs Mio that that call just happened. And so, in the ensuing chase, it's like Ire's getting chased by a van with men in it. Of course, the guy had the classic white van with no candy.
Yeah. I know, right?
You always gotta watch
I
out for
don't know what's
those.
more worse.
The lack of candy or the people in the van.
Yeah.
You got anything in your notes to add to this?
Yeah, the van because I don't know if Mio wanted him that Iri dead or not. I think maybe she
I don't think she
wanted him
did.
alive because the guy. What happens is one of the guys in the passenger he just shoots Erie's car wheel, just one shot, and he goes off the cliff. And they could have left him there, but I think they were trying to bring him in alive.
But somehow he does survive going off the cliff.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
What was that, like a
He
20
doesn't get
foot?
stuck in the cliche of you go off the cliff and you explode.
Yeah.
So he got lucky there. Anyway, we get a momentary flashback of Ira telling Akasaka that if he calls and the phone rings for 1 minute, then he hangs up. His place is not safe. So yeah, Rika's dad leaves the Sonosaki place, and Mion was his cat. Wait, Rika's dad? That's not right, is it?
No, not Rika's dad. That guy who was. I'm pretty sure he's. Who is he then if he's not Rika's dad?
Yeah, because Rika's dad would have been dead at the point of the story that we're in.
What's his name? No, the guy's called not Rika's dad. Sorry,
Are you talking about
Akasaka.
Akasaka?
Is that his name?
Yeah, it's in your
That's
notes
what I
on the
mean.
screen here just a little bit ago.
Yeah, Akasaka. That's. I was meant to change that, so that's my bad.
Okay, I forget why Mion was his capture though. It's been a while since watching these episodes for me. So yeah, Shion's out with her with Kasai, and they find Ira and help him out of his car wreck. It's like very conveniently showing up at the just get him
I
out.
know, right?
He's not doing the best, considering his car did go off a cliff, and the reason why they wanted him him alive is there's a tracker on his coat. I think in the pocket of his coat, to be exact.
Yeah, no, it's like on around the collar,
Oh yeah, it's like attached to the
underneath
collar.
the collar.
Yeah. Man, trackers are like, it's so easy to bug someone.
Yeah,
Like, have you seen Enemy of the State?
yeah, that's a good movie. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen the show Monk?
No.
Like he's got like a detective with OCD, and one of these guys drops a tracker in his pocket, and he's walking a few steps. He's like, something's wrong. I feel off balance. He finds the tracker in his pocket, and it's like a little like minuscule thing, like a cocoa puff.
Just imagine being able to sense that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
so
So
we uh, is it like Rika at the place at the Shion? Or like
yeah, Rika's there.
yeah, so they're like all at the horror caves, as you've put it, like the
Yeah.
cages.
Yeah, that's where they're heading. So
That's where we had
what
like
happened?
the storyline of one twin being locked up
Yeah.
and the other one murdering
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
and
So Akasaka,
claiming to
not
be
Rika's
it
dad.
was a demon that was
He
doing that.
he leaves Sonozaki Place and Mio, not Mio, sorry, orders his capture because there's people spying on the house. It's like we got one individual leaving Sonozaki Place.
Yeah.
Shion and her driver find Eri, help him out of his car wreck,
Yeah,
but all is not well as we learn the trackers on his
yeah,
coat.
I
He
already
did
read
that.
that.
Yeah, so they meet up with the mystery gang, go to the horror caves where Shion or Mion, I forget who it was,
So
had her nails down.
Mion is the one with the gun, like the gun strap and the gun.
Yeah, but I forget who. I know which one's which, but I forget which one in that timeline had the nails ripped out.
They both did.
Yeah,
So it was originally just going to be Mion, and
yeah,
then Shion got the exact same thing done, as we find out later.
yeah,
Anyway, so yeah, Mio soldiers are not far behind. They're almost at the Sonosaki property, and they're not going to give up. They're like, we want to kill a child, basically.
yeah,
So yeah, so the traps, like they've set up the, like I think it was Satoko's like the main one that has set up most of the traps.
yeah. And they're like rope traps. They're like lifting the people up by the legs.
But it only slows them down.
Yeah,
They got the manpower to basically random BS go the whole thing.
yeah, and so yeah, and they get to the metal doors, and they're going to use explosives, but they time it with the fireworks that are happening.
Yeah,
So when that happens, they blow the doors, and they're smart. They use night vision goggles, and they see the cave's booby trap with. At first, I thought they were lasers, but it's just ropes.
yeah,
Yeah. And so then, Mion or Shion, I forget who it is,
yeah,
brings them all. They show the place where I think it was Shion was throwing the bodies down in that one
yeah.
timeline.
And it's like there's actually a ladder that goes down even further.
Yeah. And so they all go down deeper into the cave, and Rika, she's determined to live past June 1983, and she's determined to grow taller, to grow her breasts even bigger. That's what she says. Her words, not mine.
I love how that's such a detail to focus on, though. It's like,
Yeah.
I'll be
Well, that's what she
taller.
said.
Oh,
You'd figure growing after hundreds of times going through these timelines, you'd think, okay, you're determined to grow old with your friends, have a family. You figured that might be your priority, but no,
but now
she has to have even bigger boobs.
she's after those badonkadonks.
Yeah, and so Shion and Kasai they agree to be a distraction, while the others stay hidden. But
Yeah, but
the two get
it ends
captured.
up Shion gets captured. Doesn't Kasai get killed?
No, no, Kasai doesn't get killed. He's in the
Okay.
next episode.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Like Rika's like, I'm gonna give myself up so Shion survives.
yeah. And so she goes with him. They goes outside, and you have that one guy,
Akasa,
Okonage,
Akasaka.
Okonage. Who?
Oh, Tomitake.
No, not Tamatake. It's this other guy with the long pointy nose, Okonage.
Yeah, Okonagi.
Yeah, yeah. And he goes to, I think he's putting Rika to sleep with an injection. But then one of the guards like defends her, and it's Akasaki, and he just like he's one
No,
punching
Akasaka.
everyone. Akasaka, yeah, and Okanaga punches him in the chest, and then Akasaki just looks at him. He's like, "Weak. Let me show you what a real punch is." And he
And
punches
punches him
him
in the
right into
face,
the
doesn't he?
van, and like the. I'm surprised he didn't die from that punch because you see the front of the van gets like
Dented.
completely backed in.
Honestly,
It's like
how
what?
did he get in that? Like, how did he get amongst the guards?
I think they had a disguise ready, and he was able to slip on in.
That
Because
is so
he's
cool
in the
though.
disguise. You see, he's in the disguise, so he's
Like, it's
probably able to
honestly
blend
really
in.
impressive. Unless what happened was he took it off someone that was knocked out.
Yeah, that could also be explained. But then
Anyway,
after that, they're like, okay, let's keep moving. We have to. It's time we go on the offensive now.
yeah, and Kasei also helps Akasaka as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the next episode, yeah. So we're back at in our next episode. We're back at the hospital, the clinic, and Mia's interrogating Tomitaka and it's like trying to convince him to go to her side.
Yeah.
But he's like, nah, I don't want to. I don't want to be part of it.
Yeah. Because then Mia offers him money because she said, what was it? The Yamanu?
Yamaninu.
Yamaninu. She's like, she tells him like, I gave them so much money that I can have them lick my boots if I want. And Tomitaka is like, no, I'm not joining you. It doesn't matter how much money you offer. And then so she gets on the phone because his phone rings in cell or something wherever it is Tomitaki is. And one of the soldiers says, "We found Rika and the others. They're up in the mountains, and you see at least 24 soldiers head that way." And
That's a
Mio
lot of
tells,
soldiers for one person.
yeah, well, she's a HVT,
A HBT.
high value target, or
Ah,
HVI, high value individual.
yeah,
So they want her alive. Pete Mio wants Rika alive, and she says, "Kill the others if you have to. I don't care."
yeah. Which
Yeah,
that's not a good sign.
yeah.
But it it's like very different circumstances at this point.
So the soldiers arrive at the mountains, but are succumbing to the traps that have been placed. A few of them fall down a pit. Then there's the ropes that pull them up in the air.
Yeah, I'm amazed no one decided to put spikes in the pit to actually just
Yeah,
take them out completely.
yeah. I actually saw that. That'd be great if one of them was a painter and you could create like an illusion on the ground.
Wile
You
Coyote
know,
style.
like, and then these people would try like jumping over it or going around, but it's just like a picture. They'd be like there's actually this one I saw. This guy he painted this pathway,
Yeah,
and there's like a sheep herder. He brings his sheep there, and
yeah,
he painted it so good. It looks like it's there's a hole in the ground, like a big sinkhole.
yeah.
And when the sheep approach it, they see it, and then they won't cross it because they think it's like a hole going down.
The sheep are smarter than anyone
Yeah,
else.
it's really good. It's like
Yeah,
optical. It's a real optical illusion.
yeah, but the guy
Um,
probably was ahead of them and went around, right?
yeah. Oh, but anyways, Akasake and Kaisai are disguised as guards, and they're escorting Eri and Shion to the underground section of the clinic to get Satoshi.
So yeah, Satoshi is still
Um,
alive. He's just in
yeah,
a clinical coma.
yeah. So the plan almost works, but they almost get through undetected, but they're seen on the security camera by some guards, and the guards are like, "Wait, why is the security officer using Dr. Erie's passcode?" And they're like, "Oh no,
Oh no, we
it's
we gotta
them!"
run.
Yeah, and while Akasaki and Kesai are fighting the soldiers,
Shion goes
Dr.
after.
Erie and
Shion
Shion, they
continues
got
on to Satoshi because we need to see Satoshi one last time in this season.
yeah. She wants to get him out, but Erie says she can't allow Shion to get Satoshi away from the clinic as
Yeah.
he's still undergoing treatment. His mind and brain has been severely damaged due to the Himanazawa syndrome. But the Shion care? No. She's upset because he won't pat her head anymore, saying mew.
No,
That's
she's
selfish.
usually the one that says Mew.
Yeah. Well, you know. She's selfish, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
But Eri tells her it is possible for him to get better one day, but he might still have he might still have panic attacks.
Yeah. Imagine if in the future we actually got to see Satoshi actually live a normal life. Or as
Wouldn't that
normal
be
as
the
it could
day?
be for someone with panic attacks.
Yeah. All right, so what was it? Where
So
was
yeah, when the
I?
four
Okay, so
regroup, we learned that the communications head, equipment. I accidentally read the previous line. Yeah, the communications equipment was just. Oh yeah, Kasai had like the shotgun and accidentally
yeah,
shot out the communications.
and I like when Cat
Whoopsies.
is attacking one of the guards. He goes, "You think you can take me? I have a higher body count than you,"
Yeah.
or something along those lines. But yeah, I thought that was pretty dark. It's like this guy ain't messing around. He's not just a limo driver.
Yeah, but he shot out the only way of communicating with people, and it turns out the Yamanu, I think it's actually pronounced. They've cut the phone line, so they're trapped underground, no way to communicate, and they're about to use gas on them.
Yeah, but they have gas masks, so they're good.
Well, I don't know if they have good gas masks. Like
That's better than
they're
nothing.
so lucky that they have gas masks in general.
Yeah. So in order to make contact, they have to leave Himanazawa, and then we cut to the
Yeah,
mountains again,
yeah.
and
Then we're back in
Hanu
the mountains,
uses
and Hanyuu's like, "I'm gonna do my god stuff."
yeah, and she's like, I think she's got speakers set up because she is wearing a headset.
No, are you talking about the horns?
Yeah, oh no, it's not a headset, it's horns. What
Yeah,
I'm saying.
they're just her
Alright, so
normal horns.
yeah, sorry. So she uses this psychological warfare on the soldiers, pretending she's a god. And they're like, "Screw this!" and they all
Yeah, they
start
all
running off.
run for the hills, or
And
for
Mion
more of
shows
the
up, and she's
flats,
like,
I would say,
"You,
because they're already in the hills.
yeah, they're running down the hills,
Yeah,
over the hills, and through the woods. We're getting out of here."
but yeah, I love the fact that she's pretending in front of them, but she's actually not at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So
like,
Mion ends up showing up, and she's like, "You idiots! There's no such thing as gods or demons.
don't
Pull
you mean
yourself
Mio, not
together."
Mion?
Mion,
You said
Mio. Yeah, sorry, Mio.
Takano is a much easier way of remembering it.
Yeah. And so she's there to make sure she captures Rika no matter the cost.
Well, the cost is going to be a lot, though.
So Akasaka and Tomataki manage to escape Himanazawa and call for help, and I gotta say, it was fairly easy. You know
Well,
what I mean?
everyone's so focused on Rika, so they're not the main focus.
Yeah, but you only have like one van, two guys in it, and so what happens is Akasaka and Tomataki just run through right next to him, and they're like, "Those guys are crazy." It's like, turn around, you know?
Yeah,
Because the way they were blocking off the road, it was just the van was on one side of the road, and
it's like
Tamatake and Akasake could go through the other side. They should have put the van at an angle where it blocks off access to and from. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Anyway, so
Alright,
they've
so
escaped and they're like going to call for help. So Akasaka calls the Banken, which is an elite force specializing in combat. They overpower Tokyo, the Tokyo group.
yeah,
So it's like in terms of ranking, you got the Tokyo group, and then the Banken's like way higher up, higher than the Yamainu as well.
which is a surprise. At least to me, it is.
It's not that much of a surprise.
Because these guys have been running the show for like how many timelines?
It's definitely been a majority of the timelines.
Yeah, hence my surprise.
Yeah. So yeah, Okanagi and Mio catch up to our main characters, and they're like watching all the soldiers just run down the hill. They're just getting out of there, and it's like, no, we're so close right now. And it's like, the reason why they're running away is because there's a helicopter coming at, and like the soldiers of the Banken have arrived to basically save Rika. And Okanagi is like, okay, this is over. Like, we've lost at this point. And he's like, yeah, no one really cared about your grandfather's research. So, and he gives her a gun with one bullet in it. It's like, use this to
Why
resign.
one bullet?
It's like, he's giving her an out from all her mess ups. Instead, what she does, like, she just bolts. She's out of there. And in the rain, Mio runs into Hanyuu, and Hanyuu's like, go on. It's like, I can forgive you for what you've done. It's like, you give up, you're forgiven.
Yeah.
But, like, she doesn't want to give up. She just wants to be God.
Yeah, she has to see this through for her grandfather.
Yeah. So yeah, Mio, like, everyone else shows up to the situation, and Mio plans to shoot Mion, and then but Hanyuu steps in the way of, like, she stands in front of the whole group, and she's like, she still takes the shot. It's like, oh, I'm gonna hit someone, and like, doing that puts in that shock value. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's like with what happened in the previous timeline with what was his name? We've talked so little about him that I've forgotten his name. Shoot. The brown haired guy of the group. Do you remember what it was?
Sorry, what was?
The name of the brown haired guy. In the
Which
games
brown
club.
head guy?
In the games club.
No, Games Club. That's ages ago.
No, that's our main group of characters.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of Games Life when you were saying.
Yeah, the games club is what they are.
No, I was thinking of an anime, different anime when you said that.
But yeah, I forget. When he got shot in the chest, it was that shock value of that.
I don't know. It's been ages.
So, but yeah, so like, Mia's like shoots but misses. Like, she hits a tree. How could you miss at that range?
I think what's her name? The mystery goddess used her powers to like.
Hanyuu.
Yeah, Hanyuu to like make everyone transparent, so the bullet went through them.
No, I think she just used her powers to move the bullet.
Okay.
She wanted the bullet. Remember that movie?
What movie was that?
Wanted. It had the car flip over the limo to shoot through the sunroof.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
I'm sorry. Bang.
Yeah, I like the sequel.
Really? There's a sequel to that?
Yeah, video game. It's alright. It's fun.
That's what Hanyuu did to the bullet. Anyway, so yeah, Mio she ends up caught by the Banking soldiers, and they think she has the Hinamizawa syndrome, and in an ironic twist, she's taken to the very clinic she used to work at for treatment. And despite all her actions, Tomitake forgives her. What?
I tell you, if I was in her position, I wouldn't forgive her.
No, if you're in her position, you said.
Yeah, if I was Hanu, I wouldn't forgive Mio.
Oh,
So how many timelines have they gone through now?
it is confirmed that it was like at least 100. It was like
Yeah.
101 timelines, I think. Either that or this timeline is number 100 in total. Because the new version basically confirms that it was like 100 timelines. So yeah, everyone survived, and well, they got an extra friend in Hanyuu as well, so it's not that bad of a deal.
Yeah.
You got a free god to play games with. I will say in Rare, it's the main storyline is like a dream sequence storyline.
Yeah.
Basically, what happens is Rika gets a little reckless while riding her bike and gets hit by a truck.
You know, I cannot believe it.
Yeah. I feel like might be one detail you missed, actually. At the
Which one
very
is that?
At the very end.
Yeah, the very end. I didn't know what was happening if you wanted to discuss what happens at the end,
Yeah.
or if that was for like the next.
Did you write it down?
Yeah, I got it here. Basically, because it was confusing me. We see Mio again. She's a child,
Yeah. So
and her parents are all safe, and she ends up running into I think it's Rika. I wasn't too sure.
it is technically a version of Rika. It is not. Her name's not Rika, but it's a build up of all the different timelines of Rika.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about.
So I think her name is it's in the hold on, let me just find it. It's in the where is it? The where is it? We've mentioned it in the roll call. Where's the name?
Because then she's like
Yeah.
we see Mia basically she gets this pin and she's like I got 20 pins from different countries. Does that mean I can be happy now? And then it just goes back to the
So
bus
this
crashing at the
so
very
the
end.
version that we're seeing is supposed to be Frederica Berncastle. And it's supposed to be like all the different like timelines of Rika all rolled up into one and wanting sort of revenge on Rika, if that makes sense.
Different versions of Rika wanted revenge on Rika.
Yeah.
You mean they wanted revenge on Mio?
No, so they created the situation of Mio trying to kill Rika in the first place.
Okay.
which is very villainous, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the true villain is actually technically Rika herself.
Okay, that's confusing.
Trust me, when we get to the new version, it's going to be more confusing.
Oh god, is the new version in the same timeline or?
No. But for this timeline, we're going to be ending this episode here. Links will be in the description to both of Bailey's channels and also both of Team Scientist's channels. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know next video comes out. A ding, a ding, a ding, a ding.
Oh, it's so weird. You can't hear it now, but my washing machine just started dinging.
You gonna say your part?
Yeah, no, washing machine already did it for me.
You're not gonna say the dong part? 'Cause
Yeah,
I didn't
dong,
hear it.
dong, 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 dong,
Okay,
dong,
okay, you can stop.
dong, dong. So it does, it goes for 8 dongs.
Anyway, I'm Jasmine. Jasmine out.